Hello guys and welcome back to another episode of our Sheffield United RTG, where we return off the back of the beginning of the rebuild in the previous episode where we started the transfer window and also had our first game of the season where Lucas Sucic was once again in fine form. Got lots to crack on with today. £31 million still in the budget and lots of games to come, including the second round of the Carabao Cup, and I also want to crack on with the league season as well. So jumping straight into the first game of today's episode, Leicester City away at the King Power, looking for another 3 points. So another great opportunity for 3 points today here. We've got a tough run of fixtures to come, and I did mention, oh, that's terrible defending, as Bazunu makes the first save of the game. I did mention in the last episode how we had a really nice run of fixtures to kick off last campaign. It's not quite so friendly this time around with some tough games to come. So it's really important that we get off to a good start here and pick up the 3 points, because as I say, the fixtures get tough later on as Archer has Sucic in support, and what a start to the season for this man. He has been absolutely phenomenal in our first 2 games, and I'd be very surprised if we don't receive any bids between now and deadline day. He has been absolutely superb to kick off the campaign. 1-0 to the Blades already, 4th goal of the season. Oh, that's a terrible giveaway. Oh my God. I have been so off it in this opening 20 minutes, trying to just slow the pace of the game down, get hold of the ball, because Leicester started the brighter. I've just given the ball straight to them to run through. That is awful on my behalf. One thing I have been trying to do is not force the play so much. Like, we've got nothing on here, so I'm happy to go back to Anel, try and work it out to the right, and if it's not on, we come back inside. I found that over the last couple of seasons, I've been trying to force it too much. Again here, oh, terrible tackle, not even a foul on Sucic. Just trying to force it and rush it when we get to the final third. So happy to slow it down as Sucic is there again and says, "Gaffer, don't worry about that terrible error at the back. I'm on fine form and I'm going to make sure we pick up all 3 points today." Harman's in a little pocket of space there. Picks it up and finds Sucic. I think the 3rd goal in this will seal it. Hackney has Giles out wide, and we've got men in the middle. It's found its way to Dom, and DCL should have just wrapped up the points. Terrible from the goalkeeper. If he's coming for that, he's got to get there. He's not, and Calvert-Lewin says thank you very much at the back post. 2 in 2 for our new number 9. And that should seal the win for the Blades. Brilliant whipped cross by Ryan Giles. And Calvert-Lewin with the tap in at the back post. Easy as they come. Well, that will do it. Calvert-Lewin's goal did seal the win, and we saw it out very comfortably from there, even after my mistake in the first half. A big 3 points with tough fixtures to come, and it keeps our 100% start to the season alive. So good win there in the league away at the King Power to make it 2 from 2. We've got Tranmere of League 2 in the Carabao Cup next. But before we get there, I think I'm going to make a quick signing with Ben Osborne leaving to join Norwich in the previous episode. I think I'm going to bring in Robert Skov here. Now, he is actually a left-footed right wing-back, but he's one of those players that's dual-sided. We've got a few at the club already. Both Ola and Connor can play on both sides. As I mentioned, Osborne was kind of that man for me last year who was called upon when needed. And I think Robert coming in with international experience, 29 years of age, is a great replacement for Ben Osborne. And Robert's going to make his full debut today alongside a whole host of other players with 11 changes to the team. Hoping this is going to be a nice quick one and we should see our progress to the 3rd round pretty easily. Let's go out there and get the win. Good win in there by Norwood. Has the armband today. Emil looks for Danny Ings. Now having to take up a bit of a bench role in the team. Danny onto his right peg and smashes it in past the keeper. Easy as that. Danny Ings with his first of the season, and we lead 12 minutes into the game. Ings, good ball round the corner. Norwood into Ola, and I see Paredes at the back stick. Oh, it's a brilliant header by the Argentine. Leandro Paredes makes it 2, and that should see us into the draw for the third round. Forsberg, lovely close ball control. Popped it off round the corner to the captain today, Ollie Norwood. Couldn't peg it back to Ings, but still Ollie has it. Now it's into Ings, and that should be 3 and is. Danny at the double, and Sheffield United definitely going through now. There's the whistle. Fairly comfortable win for us, and a clean sheet as well, which will see us into the third round of the Carabao Cup. I'd love to make it to a cup final this year. They're always sort of sat on the back burner, but we haven't made it to a cup final just yet. And after our semi-final in this competition last year, I'd love to go one step further and make it to Wembley. Good start here and through to the third round. So just a few days left in the transfer window. Still 30 million left in the budget. I'm not really too sure what to do with it. Obviously, the main significant departure this season has, of course, been Josh Brownhill heading to Brentford. But I'm not really too sure where to reinvest the money. I'm pretty happy with the squad at the moment. But I think if there is one position I'd like to bring in another body, it would be in midfield. And I think the one that I'm really looking at here is Gabriel Sara. He's my sort of player. High stamina, physical, very good technically as well. He's got high medium work rates, left-footed, so can cover Hayden Hackney on that left side. He was at Norwich, who we've had a lot of dealings with in the save, but he's moved on to Red Bull Salzburg. So not a huge move for him, but I'd like to bring him back to England. I'll go back in again at 16.5, and this time they have agreed to that. So Gabriel Sara has been a man on the transfer list for a little while. 2 years left on his deal. I was scouting him when he was at Norwich, and I'd love to bring the Brazilian in to compete in that midfield. I'd say it's the one area of our team where we maybe don't have the strength in depth as we do in the other positions. So we'll bring the signing on bonus down slightly. All right, 350. Do you know what? Go for it. Gabriel Sara is in, and the Brazilian goes from Norwich to Salzburg and now back to England to join up with Sheffield United. Really excited with that one, as he's a man I've had my eye on since the save begun. So Newcastle up next, which will be a really, really tough game. Unbeaten start for them as well. We currently sit top of the tree, but of course, only 2 games played. Before we get into this, I'm actually just going to take a look who we will face in the Carabao Cup third round, where it will be another EFL side, Swansea City, who will come and take us on at Bramall Lane. As we look for the first real opening of the game, Harmer will swing it in, and Calvert-Lewin attacks it. Long way out, but Nick Pope claws it away. Luca will deliver from the other side, this time looking for Kelly, who gets up, and it's a brilliant header. And this time Nick Pope can't keep it out. I wasn't expecting him to score from that range, but Lloyd Kelly, who's been very, very good since we signed him on a free after his release from Bournemouth, heads us into an early lead here. Barnes over this set piece for the Magpies. Giles flicks away at the near. Camavinga's done brilliantly there. Oh, and it'll fall to Watkins so kindly in the box. This game does not help you out one bit. Touch of fortune for the former Aston Villa man, as the ricochet falls straight to him, and he absolutely smashes it past Gavin Bazunu to level it up. Mendy, the former Real Madrid man. Really good squad that Newcastle have put together here, as they always do in career. Dangerous ball, and Connor clears it brilliantly at the near post. Now the break could be on. Luca has Dom in support. Calvert-Lewin, who's made a great start to life at Sheffield United. I don't believe it. What a miss. Dominic Calvert-Lewin with the chance to win the game, and I've spurned it. That is an absolute sitter, and that will do it. That big opportunity still on my mind. We remain unbeaten, and I would have taken a point pre-game, but that chance for Calvert-Lewin was gilt-edge and should have won us the game. So as we make it through the press conference here, we'll head into transfer deadline day. We'll also see how bad the injury to Ryan Giles is. It's 4 weeks, so it's a sprained ankle for Ryan, which will keep him out for the whole of September. It's not the end of the world, that. It could have been a lot worse for us. And we will miss Ryan in 3 big games that we've got coming up. But as I say, that could have been a lot worse. Another bid here for Hayden Hackney, this time from West Ham, who we did finish above, I believe, last season. They've offered Thomas Souček plus 1.8 million. There's no way I'd ever consider accepting that offer. As I've said, I'm not going to stand in players' ways if we do get big bids, but for a team like West Ham with that sort of offer, there's no way I'm going to accept that. So Hayden looks as if he will be staying here unless there's any more big bids. Still counting down the hours. My main thing in this window is let's just try and keep hold of our big names. No bids on deadline day just yet. And I just spoke too soon, didn't I? Well, I said he's made a brilliant start to the season. And Liverpool, one of the big 6, have come in for Luka Souček. And I really don't want to see him go. But if they're happy, you know, it's deadline day. If they're happy to pay the big bucks, as I've said, I'm not going to stand in his way. We're getting closer, but I'm still not budging on 50 million. And Jurgen Klopp says, fine, we bartered hard. But it does look as if Luka is going to be heading to Liverpool. 3 years left on his contract, but after the start he's made this season, I'm not surprised there's big interest. Now, we are a little bit short on time here, just 3 hours remaining on the clock. I've got my replacement in mind, but until that deal goes through, as Aston Villa put in a bid for Lloyd Kelly, with 2 hours remaining, I am going to reject that. Unless that deal goes through now for Luka Souček, I don't think we're going to see it be completed before the end of transfer deadline day. And it's not gone through yet. And I think with this final advance, that will do it for the Luka Souček saga. I think he's going to be staying put for now. Now, there is actually a man that I want to bring in, and it's a former Sheffield United player. I don't think he played many games for the club, but 28 years old in the final year of his contract. David Brooks, as I say, former Blade, only going to cost us probably 3 or 4 million. And I think with David, he can play as a number 10 or potentially even slightly deeper as left centre mid cover. I think for such a cheap fee, now at 28 years of age, I'd quite like to bring him back to the club as a squad player. We all know the sort of journey that David Brooks has been on fighting cancer, so I'd love to bring him back. We'll give him a 3-year deal, which will take him through to 31 years of age, 30 grand a week, so not too much of a bumper deal. And David Brooks is going to join us on transfer deadline day. I'm fairly sure that the Souček deal now is not going to go through. We didn't stand in his way, but it looks as if Liverpool will not get the paperwork done on time. So some deadline day drama surrounding the two clubs. And as we make the final advance, we will see that Luka is staying put for now anyway. And yet, as you can see there, talks have broken down for Souček's move. So he will be staying put for at least the next few months until January. Into September now, and we have got our scouting update. As I mentioned in the previous episode, what I'm going to be doing moving forward is just showing you any players that make it. So we'll see if anyone does make the cut this month. So now that we are through the transfer window, Luka Souček remains for now at least. And I'm going to try and crack on with plenty of games, up the pace, and gain some momentum heading into Season 3, as there could be a chance here. Luka Souček, oh, decent effort first time. We're starting off here with a tough test away at the Etihad, as Calvert-Lewin's in front of his man there. and heads us into the lead. Perfect start. We've been the better team in the opening 5 minutes. Grealish into the area. Connor's beaten there. Pegged back to Haaland. And it didn't take them long. Just 9 minutes on the clock. A Manchester City strike back. Oh, brilliant win, Danny Ings. Brilliant. Sucic! He's done it again. Wanted by Liverpool. They didn't get the paperwork done in time, and Luka Sucic says, Gaffer, I'm staying, at least for now, and I'm going to work hard for the team. 6th goal of the season for the Croatian, and we lead again at the Etihad. What a start. Oh, I don't believe it. I don't believe that is the goal that's beaten us. Well, Randall Kolo Muani, I thought I'd stood him up well enough, but Anel just runs completely past him, and then the flight of the ball, Bazunu just seems to lose it. And we're pegged back once again by City. There's more goals in this. I don't see this finishing 2 apiece. Kolo Muani pokes it through to Amrabat. Switching allegiances in Manchester. And Amrabat has it back. Amrabat fires it into the corner. Well, I think that is going to do it for City. 30 seconds to play and it's a corner. It is flicked away to Harmer. But there goes the whistle in Manchester. We fought hard. We had the lead twice. But City were brilliant in that second half. Had us penned in. And Kolo Muani got them back on level terms before Amrabat scored the winner. Disappointing to lose our first game, but we're not quite at the level of City just yet. So we've got a couple of youth players that are unsettled here. Christensen and Nilos Kaya. I know that Christensen's got some decent potential, 83 to 89. His technicals are awful, but physically he's pretty decent. So I will promote him to the senior team. As for Nilos Kaya, where is Nilos? He was the striker, yes. I quite like the look of this lad. 5-star, 5-star. Bit of pace about him. Needs some work on his technicals, but I like this lad. So Nilos is going to get a pro deal as well. So both of those new youth players going on the loan list, and already we've had a couple of bids as Nilos Kaya looks as if he's heading out to Cittadella, which I believe is where Patrick Nicholson is currently based. So I quite like that, going to join up with another of the loanees. Big game coming next here against Manchester United, just above us in the league table and undefeated to kick off the campaign. Already played Man City and narrowly lost. Now it's time for their local rivals. They've got a lot of bodies playing really high here, United. So if we can break that first line, we can get in at their back four as Luka's header is this time pushed away by Onana. But it's been a bright start here. That'll fall to Hackney on the edge. And Hackney lets fly. And this time we might get the luck and do. But the flag is up. Calvert-Lewin's on down the line here. And it's a brilliant ball to find him. And Calvert-Lewin. Oh, what a strike from Dom. Just had that goal disallowed moments before. And Dominic Calvert-Lewin, what a signing he has proved to be. 4th goal of the season in the league, and he's definitely the answer to our Danny Ings conundrum. That's a brilliant strike into the top corner. Sent away down the right and smashes it past Onana. Calvert-Lewin sent away down the right again. Looking to get away from Jimenez, and Sucic back to Calvert-Lewin. And again, it's tipped over by Onana. United started really brightly here, but we've been by far the better side in this opening half, and oh my goodness. Oh, and we found the back of the net. Vinny Souza does get his goal, and we are great value for this. Desperate to get into the break at 2. Eriksson finds Højlund. Oh, no, 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 no. Pulls it back to Anthony, who plays it inside to Marcus Rashford. And there is the goal for United. Took them just 5 minutes. Well, Souza's missed that, and Hoyland's able to turn on it. Brilliant ball through. Flag stays down and United have their leveller. Well, I think that is going to just about do it. Not the result we wanted, but again, like the Newcastle game, I would have taken it before kick-off. Threw away a 2-goal lead, but that goal from Rashford in the first 5 minutes of the second half just completely changed the complexion of the game. It is a decent point against one of the top sides, and as our hunt for Europe goes on this season, it will be a valuable point, I'm sure, come the end of the season. So rolling straight into the next one, the games don't get any easier for us. Liverpool away at Anfield after the two Manchester clubs. Corner for the Blades. Harmer to swing it in. Looking for Calvert-Lewin. And it's found a way in past Alisson. I'm not too sure how, but DCL continues his brilliant start to the season. And the Blades lead at Anfield. Oh, sends Araujo to the fucking cleaners. Hackney. Oh, it's off the woodwork. Scored here last season. And now Sucic. Might just get it back, Luca. Brilliant move, and Sucic denied by Alisson. Kelly with some defending to do, which he does superbly. Break could be on here. Archer, Sucic. Got Calvert-Lewin with him. And Dominic Calvert-Lewin for 2. It's a brilliant goal on the break. Calvert-Lewin celebrating with the away fans. Plenty of chances on the break for us if we play this right. Calvert-Lewin for 3. It's the former Evertonian who does it at Anfield. That will seal it. 3-0. 3 points in the bag. And 3 for Calvert-Lewin. What a victory. Well, there's the whistle. And that is possibly our best win of the entire save. Away at Anfield. 3-0. Comprehensive victory. Liverpool created nothing. We were the better side, and Calvert-Lewin, the former Everton man, completely stole the headlines. What a win and what a performance from that man. So Carabao Cup third round tie here as Swansea City come to take us on at Bramall Lane. Decent side out there today, although it is our backup brigade. I am pretty confident that we will make it through. Ryan Giles returning today as well, which is nice after that 4-week injury. Missed the previous 3. I'm hoping to get him a decent run out today and get him back to fitness. So let's get it done. Sheffield United through to the 4th round of the Cup, please. Paredes into Forsberg, back to Paredes, now Forsberg, lovely football. Jefferson, surely there's the opening goal. Daniel Jefferson loves the Carabao Cup. He gets a lot of minutes in this competition and he always takes his chance. He's growing nicely in this save and he could be a long-term hero. Daniel Jefferson at it once again in the Carabao Cup. Blades lead. Not a particularly pretty game that, but Sheffield United through to the 4th round of the Carabao Cup there. Really, really disappointing game. Jefferson's goal separating the two sides, but to be honest, Swansea were unlucky not to force a shootout there. They were really, really good, and Stefan was the busier of the two keepers. Regardless, through to the 4th round, and we'll go and find out who it is we will face. So after that win against Swansea, taking us through to the 4th round, we will be taking on another home tie, and this time it's Fulham as we make it to the last 16. A couple of the big teams with favourable ties, so I think if we can make it through Fulham and make it to the final 8, it's going to be a real tough final 8. Right, we'll squeeze one more game in to close out today's episode. Another really tough game as we face Chelsea. We've had a really tough run of fixtures and we've coped pretty well, to be honest. We've got through the tough run, and we'll see the league table at the end of the episode after this game. We can pick up another win here. Oh, Sucic couldn't quite return it. Another win here could see us top of the league come the end of today's episode. Big task ahead, though. Sterling. Oh, he's just waltzing through. What a block by Anel. And this game is just so difficult. It gives you absolutely no help. Rebound off Anel, straight back to Sterling, and I love it, man. I love how difficult this game is. They give you no help whatsoever. Straight back to Sterling, who taps into the open net. First goal of the season for the Englishman, and Chelsea lead early on. And Kunku, great pullback. Oh, I don't believe it. What was I just saying about not getting any luck? Joel Matip, who scored against us last year at the Bridge. I'm not sure if he'll be able to claim this one, but it's his shot that's deflected. Sits down Zach Steffen. I mean, it's well worked to the edge of the box, but Lloyd Kelly sticks out a leg. Steffen sent to the floor, and it rebounds into the other corner. How unlucky can you get? Well, that'll do it. Chelsea victorious at Bramall Lane, and we huffed and we puffed in the second half, but Chelsea really did well to see the game out after those two first half goals. We were quite unlucky with the way the goals fell, but once Chelsea got ahead, we really struggled to get into the game. Well, some more bad news for Jayden Bogle after that game. He went down with a knock and he suffered a broken toe, which is going to keep him out for 3 months, just returning after that big ACL injury suffered at Goodison Park last year, and we're now not going to see him until probably the new year. Real shame for Jayden, and a big blow for us, because we're nowhere near the same side when we don't have both our fullbacks fit. And that is where we will leave it for today's episode, guys. Lots and lots crammed in today. The end of the transfer window. Progression in the Carabao Cup to the last 16, and also the opening 7 Premier League games. But as you can see, sat in 8th place at the moment. 3 wins, 2 draws and 2 defeats. And with a tough run of fixtures, I'm pretty happy with where we are. We're going to have an easier run of games to come in the next episode, so keep an eye out for that, as we're going to really push on into this season, as I'm really desperate to qualify for Europe and get some European adventures with Sheffield United. So I'll catch you in the next episode, guys. I hope you have enjoyed, and peace.